What's up, everybody? A little impromptu live here as the hour-long video I recorded this morning is gone because of a copyright strike from YouTube, which is so annoying and feels like such a waste of time. So many of you reached out on Instagram and were like, hey, where's the video? What's going on? What happened? I think there was a glitch. I think something went wrong. And you were right. Something did go wrong. It was copyright struck, which is so annoying. So I'm sitting on my couch looking through social media. I don't know if you can see in my TV right here is the Real Road Rules Challenge All Stars. Because yes, I love the Real Road Rules Challenge that much that I even watched the All Stars. So that's what I was watching. And then I was like, listen, I guess I can come out, hang out, go on for a few minutes. We can talk a little bit about the Murdoch interview. We won't be watching it together as I watched it already earlier today. Discussed the whole thing. And they didn't shed a ton of new light. There were some interesting new factors to discuss, but it is so annoying. I hate nothing more than waste. I hate to waste time. I hate to waste energy. I hate to waste effort. I hate to waste anything. So that's really frustrating. We took the time to do it, edit it, get it posted, promote it, all that crap that goes into every video. And it was so annoying. But we're here. We're hanging out. And we're going to talk a little bit about that Murdoch interview. And I'm also going to talk about Trump at the end. I'm not going to talk about the case. I'm just going to talk about where we're at with Trump as a channel. We're going to do that at the end because a lot of people have been asking me about that as well. So let's get to it. Some of the stuff I found really interesting in the interview with the prosecutors. The attorney general compared himself to FDR and Creighton Waters to Dwight D. Eisenhower. And this was war. And you have to give your lieutenants and generals the resources they need in battle. And it was a little weird. I thought it was definitely part of a victory lap. It was very weird how jovial they all were. I prefer more of the Darrell Brooks prosecutor discussion on how they were in helping the community and what it was like and how difficult it was and how they put this team together. I did think they did a good job of thanking and shouting out the support staff because you can't try a case successfully without a good support staff. They did a good job pumping up all the attorneys that were there. I actually thought, as shocking as this may sound to you, because he didn't have my favorite trial style, but Meadows actually had the best answer and the most gracious answer and how thankful he was and was so complimentary to everybody else. He was very humble in his answer. And they talked about how he was a late addition, a free agent acquisition. I did like all the sports analogies myself because I love sports. But yeah, hit this video. I mean, hit the like on this video. It's late. John sent me the GIF of let's do it live. So that's what we're doing. No, forget that, John. I'm not promoting that link. John said we can put the link in the description. No, forget that. They copyright struck me. Go watch it somewhere else. I don't get it, right? They put the interview out there. Everybody's going to see the interview. They might go to that channel later. A lot of you already watched the interview. Whatever. That's a different. It was from the news channel, surely. They copyright struck me. It's like, you're that threatened? Like, come on, you're a news channel. Like, whatever. Forget it. Who cares? It is what it is. They put it out there, so I guess they can copyright strike it according to YouTube, and it ain't worth fighting about because I don't really care because we can still talk about it. We can talk about a lot of things on here. Who are you picking for the Masters? So I will tell you, I'm doing a Masters pool. Let's finish Murdoch, and then we'll get to that and have some fun with a few minutes at the end. So I thought it was interesting that Waters and the AG basically talked the whole time. I don't think the female prosecutor said anything. They said she's a pit bull. I did think it was interesting how they did talk a lot about you don't know what a jury's going to pick up on. You don't know what a jury's going to like. We know now that we've seen them. We know now that we've heard from them, but we didn't know what they were going to like. We didn't know what they were not going to like, how they had to present the case to the higher ups, how they presented it in that room, how he basically did his opening statement and closing argument, and they needed the full picture. It was like a sequel. This trial was like a sequel. The financial crimes were like the initial movie, laying the groundwork for the sequel. And yeah, I guess I didn't think about it. I'm a little dressed down tonight. But yeah, sorry, I'm wearing clothes. Relax, everybody. But yes, so I thought that was a good description how he said this murder trial was like a sequel to the financial crimes, which made a lot of sense. And I liked how they described kind of the process that it goes through and why the AG's office is a little bit different than the federal prosecutor or the state prosecutors. I enjoyed that. It was like a job ad. And I said, while they were describing like, oh, you can do this, you can do that. I was like, I think they're looking for lawyers. And the AG was like, and we have spots open if you're a lawyer looking for a good job and a good place to work, which I thought was funny. So that was good. And overall, I thought it was, they kind of wrapped it back around, and the AG came back and was like, listen, I know I compared myself to FDR. I don't think that's really how I meant to do it. I wasn't trying to, kind of put myself on that type of a pedestal. So they came back down to earth kind of before the interview was over. But overall, I thought it was a good interview. We got some insight, but I do think it feels more like a victory lap than, just being really happy they got justice. And this kind of leads me to my main question to you all. They said multiple times that they feel like because of this case, they explained and proved that justice is here and justice is the same for everyone. And there's no longer two separate justice systems. And my question that I asked on the video before that none of you saw, that I'm going to ask again now, is do you think that's true? They specifically said two justice systems no longer. There's one, whether you're rich and powerful or the average Joe. And my question and my thought is, and we don't have a poll set up or anything like that. This is about as unprepared as I can possibly be for a live. Usually I'm very prepared. But when we talk about the justice system and two justice systems, I do think that they have eliminated the two justice systems as far as it goes in South Carolina, one for everybody else and one for the Murdochs. I think they've eliminated that. I think the Murdochs no longer are doing whatever they want to do in South Carolina. I think that ship has sailed. That is over. But I find it very hard to believe that they have solved that problem in America or in the world. There will still be Tom Girardi's. There will still be Bill Cosby's, the rich and the famous that get away with things that a lot of people don't get away with. And the list goes on and on and on and on. So while they say that, and I think it's nice of them to think, and they called it the trial of the century, I don't even think it's the trial of the last 12 months. What do you guys think? Do you think this is the biggest trial of the last 12 months? Because I would say no. I still think Johnny Depp's trial was bigger than this. Was it more important? Probably not. But I think there have probably been more important court cases than this. But I really think that it's tough to balance the justice system. And that's really what lawyers are supposed to do. And why I think on the civil side, you can balance it because of contingency fees and the loser having to pay the attorney's fees. And people can get the best lawyers for quote unquote free because they don't have to pay anything out of pocket. So I think that's really hard in the criminal world, though. Taco said trial of the century for Low County. Sure, that's fine. I don't disagree with that. Might be even more than the century for Low County, but that's that jurisdiction, right? So that's interesting to me, and it's tough. Yeah, TR Finley. But I will say, where I disagree with Terry Sanderson's lawyers, if they thought they were going to, I'll tell you right now, we spare no expense on experts. the firm pays for them. And if we win, the defense pays those costs for those experts. That's how it works. And that does balance the scales. Now, maybe they didn't believe in the case. Maybe somebody didn't want to testify for Terry Sanderson. I don't know. Yes, Ashley. Surprisingly, this is live. I was not expecting to be live tonight, but I am. Here I am, hanging out just for a few more minutes. That one girl, me, Mel, me. I thought it was me, exclamation point. Amanda Diane. I think, is that supposed to be indigent? Chad. Peter might just be my new favorite. Oh, indignant Chad. Okay, sorry. I thought you were talking about, for some reason I thought you were talking about Chad Daybell. I'm all over the place. Might just be my new favorite Peter. Sorry you got copyright struck. Thanks for going live anyways. The salty lawyer, you know. Yeah, a little bit. This has only happened one other time. It's when I did a members only live and I tried to like talk about lyrics, legal lyrics. I don't know if you guys remember that. And it was so annoying then too. Just Joe, who are you picking for the Masters? Well, you know, if I'm going with my heart and who I want to win, it's definitely Tiger. I did pick a tiered, it was like one from each tier as far as the odds go in a pool that I play in. And what did I pick? So here's what I picked. Tier 1 golfer, Scotty Scheffler. Love him. Good dude. Tier 2, Max Homa. Also a good dude. He's done a bunch of YouTube videos and stuff. That's fun. Number 3, Matt Fitzpatrick. I think he's just playing well. And I liked him a lot after the, what was it called? The full swing, whatever it was called on Netflix. Tier 4, I picked Tiger, of course. If Tiger's in a tier, I'm picking him. Tier 5, Brian Harmon. And Tier 6, Billy Horschel. I love Billy Horschel's fire. So that's what I picked. And for my tiebreaker as what do I think the winning score will be total for the weekend, and I picked 7 under. Outer unknown, how can I message you for legal advice? Either on Instagram or Twitter, but the best way is email lawyeryouknow@gmail.com. I handle personal injury cases, wrongful death cases. So I stick and specialize in that practice area. I don't go outside that practice area. A lot of people have asked for other things, and I've tried to connect you. Sometimes people get annoyed because it takes a long time for people to get back to them. But if I don't handle that kind of case, I can't force lawyers to get back as quickly as I usually do on injury cases. But if it is an injury case, please reach out to me and let me know. Stephanie, do you think it would be possible to do family law, the contingency manner? The ex with the money can make the other miserable for years, at least here in Texas, and there's no incentive not to. So I don't do family law, but I'm pretty sure that I don't know I don't know, but I think that yes, one side often pays for both lawyers in family law here as well. But don't quote me on that because I don't practice in family law. And yes, people are making each other miserable in family law court and other cases. And hourly billing is a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. There's a couple other areas where people have hourly billing on both sides, like certain probate litigation, and that just lasts forever because the lawyers are incentivized just to bill. Tanya Whitley, special education teacher here who's looking for a change, thinking about a paralegal. Advice. I did hire a paralegal who was a former teacher. She ended up going back to teaching because the hours are so different. Summers off, things like that. Very different than the daily grind of a paralegal. But I think with, I think with your work ethic and what you've had to do as a teacher and how hard that can be, how much learning it is, I think that can be a very beneficial stepping stone to being a paralegal. Okay. So, Trump. Let's talk Trump for a few minutes. And I'm not putting him in this title. I'm not putting his picture on this video. Thank you for all the bless yous. It always reminds me of that Dane Cook skit, bless you. We won't get into it now. But yes, merch coming soon, hopefully. Talk to John about getting Nothing Burger merch designed and What's Up Everybody merch. So we're working on that as well. But Trump. Okay, let's talk about Trump for a second. So we've done some secondary one-off videos about certain Trump things, about, you know, what we thought about election fraud, or is he going to get the election overturned? We've done some January 6th stuff. And regardless of what myself or anybody else says, and you may be one of these people, and that's okay. I realize people really almost can't help themselves. They feel so strongly for one reason or another, and I understand that. But it just gets so nasty so fast. Whether it's for Trump, whether it's against Trump, regardless of what anybody says, they think they know everything you feel about everything if you say one thing about Trump. So I really don't think we are going to do any videos on Trump. If we do, it would be something like remove this person's name. Let's look at these charges. Let's look at what it means. Let's look at what he could be looking at. Jail time. How would they prove them? What evidence do we think they have? 34 charges. Is it 34 different acts? You can look at the dates. Is it different checks? Is it different cover-ups? What exactly does that look like? That's about all I would do, but I wouldn't hold my breath. And I'm actually not planning on doing it. So, and it's not that I don't hear you guys asking for it. It's not that I don't want to provide the comment that you guys are in, or the content that you guys are interested in. But I just think that I like to enjoy this. It's not always fun content, right? But when I've done a Trump video or any political type of video in the past, there's just a lot of legal stuff going on with Trump, which is why he comes up into this. It's not fun. It's actually very miserable. And so while people may want to hear some of the legal angles, I just don't want to deal with it. I don't have fun doing it. I don't have fun reading the chat. I don't have fun, hearing you guys go back and forth or, whatever it may be. So I don't think I'm going to do it. I think we all get along better. The less divisive stuff we talk about. And I hope our country moves in that direction. And I think it comes from both sides. I think it comes from all politicians. I think they want us to be more and more divisive. And I think that they hang out in rooms together that we'll never be invited to. I think they're just the best of friends making money off of the people as opposed to serving the people. That's kind of how I feel. Okay, that's my political rant for the night. I'm not political. I'm not into politics. I hate it. I wish it was volunteer positions. Then I'd believe you that you're here to help me and here to make the world a better place. Not do that for your whole life. So anyways, that's kind of where I'm at with that and with Trump and with politics. So that's probably why it's not going to come. And if you didn't make it to this live, you may always wonder, is he going to do Trump? Why isn't he going to do Trump? I actually think I'll probably mention it on other videos just because I get that question a lot. So I appreciate it. Yes, there will be others who cover it. There will be, my guess is, people on both sides who cover it. So whatever your fancy is, and sometimes people want to hate watch stuff, which is, I get it. Mama Pink, I thought that reaction videos were free game on YouTube. No copyright issues. No, thanks for the live, Peter. I think I could absolutely win a fair use argument with them. I think I could absolutely fight with YouTube, file some documents. Let's do it. Let's go to town. I don't want to fight my own cases at this point. I've got enough clients that I represent. I'm fighting for their cases. It ain't worth it for me, to be honest with you, especially when I can come on here for 15 minutes and give you the gist of it. So whatever. It is what it is. And I don't care enough to fight it, if I'm being honest with you. But again, this is not my job. So I'm not hating on anyone that does fight it, that goes through the whole process. A lot of people do this as their job. It puts food on their family, on the table for their family. So don't take it. Just take what I say at face value and what I say, and don't add to it, and don't try to add context or that I'm talking about anybody or thinking about anybody when I say it. I just personally did not feel like fighting it. We thought we solved the problem when we clipped out 1 minute, and then it didn't. The whole thing got struck. So it is what it is. Mo, I only wish you would cover it because business financial law is like Latin to me. I've read the charges and my brain is mush. LOL, but I get it. Do you do what you feel is right for you? Thank you, Mo. And I know that you, along with other people, are part of the reason why this is fun and it's nice and I like it. And I feel like all of us are encouraged about, society when we come in here and we hang out and we talk, and it's not nasty and it's not crazy and we disagree all the time. This is what the world should be like. You should be able to disagree. You should be able to even argue. I don't know if I want to say fight. You should have strong feelings about things that are important. But still be able to hang out and learn from each other, right? And I do think that labels and parties and positions and things like that and certain people make that hard. So hopefully we can find ways to do it better. Just Joe. Money's on Hovland, Tiger, and Louis Oosthuizen, so you probably got some good odds, and other high odds players. Best week of the year. I absolutely love it. What's crazy though, and so here's a funny story. So if you're here for Murdoch, it's over. We're just hanging out now at this point. So my wife always tells the story. I was the least stressed person ever while she was giving birth to Maverick, because his birthday is Masters weekend almost every year. And what was I doing while she was in labor? But I had my iPad set up watching the Masters. Doctor came in, was talking to me about it. Nurse came in, we were talking about the Masters. She's giving birth. We're all talking about the Masters. And she always tells that story. And I'm like, hey, I was there. I was with you. I was supportive. Everything went great. Thank God. Healthy and happy baby. But this year, the Masters is at the same time as Easter, same time as Maverick's birthday weekend. So it's going to be busy, but I will absolutely be watching as much as I possibly can. I'm cracking down. I'm getting committed. Haven't been playing as much golf since I've been doing more YouTube, but I am getting serious about working on my golf game a little bit. And I actually am starting to collab a little bit with a golf YouTube channel. So I'm excited about that. More to come on that. I'm going to promote his channel on here to you all. If you guys like golf tips and swing tips and things like that, I just bought something that's going to help me, film my swing real time and work on it with him virtually. And then eventually we are going to get together. So that's pretty cool. Jesse Sue, of course. Big Seminole. Stephanie, if you never talk politics, I would view more. It's good to have a place that's free of that and where we can think for ourselves. I always appreciate your point of view and your heart. I vote for Sports Court instead. Yeah, that would be fun. I like that name. We'll see if there's enough. Didn't seem like you guys cared quite as much about the Sports Court as I thought, which is fine. It's up to you guys. Nicole, I just want to say thank you and how much this community appreciates you and all your hard work. Nicole, I appreciate you, and that's why I want to come. I was talking to my wife sitting on the couch. I was like, gosh, it's so annoying that this happened. Like, it's just so stupid. I don't know. I wish, like, I guess I could just I should have just turned the monetization off. I think we deleted it or whatever, but that's what I'll do next time is I'll just turn that off so you guys can still watch it and it's not a waste. But she's like, why don't you just go live for a few minutes and talk about it? So that's what I did. All right. I think we're going to call it. So this was fun. Thank you to everybody that joined. Hit that like button so people will think this is a real video when they come on and see it and that it's got, 5,000 likes or whatever. But we're going to take off. I hope everybody has a good night. I'm going to go back and finish the Challenge Champions on Paramount Plus because I love it. And there's not a ton on that I'm loving right now. So I appreciate all of you guys. Hit that like button on your way out. We'll be back later this week with more videos. You guys are the best. Literally. That's why I do it. You guys are why I do it. So I appreciate it. I'm out of here. Thanks for watching another episode of The Lawyer You Know. If you enjoyed the episode, please hit the thumbs up and share with your friends who may be interested here on YouTube. And don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok at Tragos Law is our handle. And don't forget to listen to the Lawyer You Know podcast featuring new episodes every week. If you have a case you want to talk to us about, if it's a personal injury case, wrongful death, catastrophic injury, car accident, or slip and fall case, please email us at lawyeryouknow@gmail.com. And of course, all these links I just mentioned are included in the description below on this episode and every episode. So until next time, this is Peter Tragos, the lawyer you know.